Hello Leo, Elsie here to do a reading for you, my friends. It is for the month of October. So we're here at the end of September, and I like to give you a little bit of energy for the month of October. I'm going to give you an overview of what's going on here. Leo, thank you so much for clicking here. So whether you are Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter, or you are cross-watching for someone else, there might be something here for you. Tell me about Leo. Leo, we're going to go with career, finances, and love this month. We're going to put down some tarot and find out what the situation is, what's working for you, what's not working for you, and what the outcome might be. Let's find out what's going on for Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me what's coming up for Leo in career, please. We have suffering and silence. Leo, I feel like you are working in a career that you really don't like. It feels like there's sun coming up over the mountaintops here. It feels like you're looking for a new job or looking for a change of career. So there is something here that tells me that you're suffering in silence. You don't know what to do. Maybe you don't have the finances or whatever it is to move away from wherever you are, whatever you're doing as a career or wherever you're working at your job. I feel like you don't really care for it here. We've got foundations and achievements. It feels like you've actually done pretty well here. Maybe the foundations and achievements is like this job that you have is allowed you to afford a home, afford some sort of a foundation, and you've achieved a lot here. But I feel like you're right close to the edge of giving up or letting go or moving, because we're at 9s here. So we're almost at the end of the cycle. I feel like there is something here that the job or career that you're at. It could be the career, like the kind of career you do, or it could be that you like your career but you don't like the place that you work. Or maybe you're looking at maybe starting a business of your own. Let's find out what is going on in finances for Leo, please. We've got good luck. Okay, well that's good. I feel like there is a new beginning to some really good luck in your finances here. We have an 11, but we also have card number 10. And 10 breaks down to a 1, which is the beginning of something. So it does feel like you'll probably be leaving a job in the month of October, or at least you're going to begin the search, I feel, to find something that's more suited for you, more foundational for you. Bottom of the deck, we have fun, more fun. I feel like you're about to have some fun with the finances here, while keeping it quite stable. I feel like there is there's with the money here, it's like harmony and fun. We've got the flamingo and peace. We've got 2 and 12. So it does feel like balance is what it's all about. It's a new beginning of balance in your finances. I feel like there's still going to be room to have fun, but it feels like you're going to start having some good luck here in your financials. Tell me about love for Leo. Tell me about love for Leo, please. Tell me about love for Leo. All right, we've got power, and it says you instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or to walk away at any time. Leo, I feel if there was ever a card in this deck that suited you, I think it's that one. I feel like you know what you want. Like you know what you want. And, Leos are beautiful. Say what you want, but Leos are beautiful. Masculines, feminines, whoever, men and women, they're all beautiful to look at. I've never met a Leo that wasn't. And I feel like you are the one who is standing in your own shoes, and you're in the driver's seat. You're the one who's driving here. You instinctively know what's right for you, and you're not going to give it up for anything less, right? You have the power to say no or walk away at any time. So you don't have to stay stuck. You have a lot of options. We've got don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. Well, these two cards really go together, don't they? It's telling you here to walk away or say no at any time, and that says here you don't have to make decisions based on guilt. You don't have to stay anywhere you want to stay, like that someone asks you to stay. It says don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do, for it's only in being true to yourself that you can be true to others. So I really think it's very important to not get yourself lost in any sort of relationship. That relationships are good when they work out, but I feel like you're in charge, and that if it's not working for you, please know that you can walk away. Let's get to the tarot. Tell me what's coming up for Leo in the month of October, please. Let's start with career. Tell me what the situation is with this suffering and silence here. Tell me what the situation is for Leo. What's the situation? The situation is the Four of Cups. You're bored. You're bored. It's like you're not getting any opportunities, or maybe the opportunities they're offering you at your place of work are just not working for you. It feels like you're just bored. Yeah. You no longer want to be there. You're kind of snoozing on the job here. What is working for you? The Seven of Cups. So I feel like what's working for you is that you have a lot of opportunities, that you're very skilled, you know what you're doing, you have a particular skill that you're marketing, and you know that it's very marketable, and of course you're always the go-getter. You always get what you want, Leo, right? Everybody loves a pretty face, likes to hire a pretty face. I'm not saying it's just that, but you know what I mean? You don't have a problem. You don't have a problem with the opportunities, and that's what's working for you. You don't have a problem with opportunities. What is the obstacle, please? Obstacle is the Page of Pentacles, that maybe you might leave this place and they may not pay you as much as you got paid. Or the Page of Pentacles is starting at the very beginning again. That might be it. Maybe you've accumulated holidays, you've accumulated whatever, and maybe tenure, and you don't want to start over again at the bottom of the totem pole, right? It feels like with the Page of Pentacles that you don't want to be the new person. You don't want to have to cut your pay. There's a lot of things that you're not willing to give up, and that's sort of the obstacle. But I feel like you're not really happy where you are, suffering in silence. What's the outcome here? We've got the Four of Wands. So I feel like whatever decision you make is going to be a stable one. We've got Foundations and Achievements, which is also a 4. And now we have the Four of Wands, which is also stability, foundational achievements. So I feel like whatever it is that you decide, it is going to work out for you in the end. You are going to be stable in your career, whatever it is that you decide. But it is all up to you, right? Let's talk about finances. Tell me about the situation with Leo and finances, please. We do have Judgment. So it feels like here that you are, I want to say that it's time for you to make some sort of a really big decision as it pertains to your finances, because it feels like you feel like it feels like you might be leaving a job to go to another, and sometimes there is a gap in when you get paid. So it does feel like here that good luck, I feel, is for you. Good luck is like, I feel like you're not worrying about it. I really don't believe in luck, but I feel like you're not worrying about it. That for some of you, maybe you're a person who money just flows to you, that you know that the universe has got your back and money just flows to you. But it does feel like here that you're going to have to make some sort of a decision about your finances, to resurrect something. Maybe you're going to resurrect an old gig, a side gig. Yeah, let's look at what's working for you in your finances. What's working for you? Justice in the reverse is working for you. So I feel like Justice in the reverse working for you, it tells me that you don't tell anybody where you're at with your finances. It feels like you keep it undercover here. I feel like you don't move quickly. You don't spend a whole lot. I feel like you just keep it under wraps here. It feels like that's what's working for you. Not telling anybody what you make, not showing anybody what you make. It feels like you're a person who probably lives quite humbly. I want to say that you're a person who maybe only has a few pieces of clothing and maybe wears the same couple pairs of shoes. Like, I feel like you're someone who is quite humble when it comes to your finances, that you'd rather save the money than spend it. Tell me what the obstacle is with the finances. We do have the Knight of Cups. I feel like your finances just aren't growing fast enough, is what it feels like here. Yeah, it's just not growing fast enough. It's passive, right? The Knight of Cups is slow moving energy, and it feels like you have to be very careful with your finances. We've got the Knight of Cups who is holding that cup and don't want to spill an ounce. Like, I feel like, you know, I need to be really careful with my spending. And this might be something that's hard for you because I feel like you are fun and you like to have fun. And sometimes it costs money to have fun. Tell me what the outcome is, please. The outcome is the Ten of Wands. Okay, so you're dropping some financial burdens. So you might be paying off loans, paying off a school loan. It feels like your financial burdens, maybe you're going to go through all of your subscriptions and then cut some of those. Maybe you're getting rid of the cable. Like, it feels like you are, that you are dropping some burdens, some financial burdens here, maybe so you can have some fun. Tell me about love, please. What's the situation? What's the situation in love? we've got the Magician. So again, it tells me that you're the one with the power. You're the one who's making the decisions for you. You've got all the tools. You're the one who's manifesting what you want. You're the Magician, right? So whatever I feel, that whatever you're dreaming about, you can have, but you just got to manifest it. And you instinctively know what's right for you. Tell me about what is working for you. We do have the Page of Cups, and so you know that you never run out of resources. It feels like there's always someone who's trying to get into your life, wants to date you, wants to, you know, you have a lot of people around you who offer affection. It feels like what's working for you is you're always surprised about the people who are like trying to offer you relationships, affection. I feel like it can happen at any time. Like this is the Page of Cups. This is also new connection. I feel like for some of you that there is a new connection coming in, but don't make decisions based on guilt or what you think you should do. Do what you should do for yourself. Tell me what the obstacle is in love. Obstacle is the Knight of Wands. That's hilarious. The Knight of Wands is you always want to start everything on fire, Leo. Right? I feel like you have a new connection coming in and you will be able to start on fire if that's what you want. But this does seem to be an obstacle for you. The obstacle is that I don't think that you're willing to settle down. I don't think that you want a relationship. I was just laughing because I don't know. There's so many Leos in my life that are like this. And that's why I was laughing. It feels like, that you're not really ready to settle into any particular relationship. So when new opportunities arise, I feel like you get interested in the new opportunity here. Tell me what the outcome is for love. We do have the Queen of Cups in the reverse. So the thing is that this can be arduous, right? You know, and some of you might be into the friends with benefits or hitting it and quitting it, but it feels like it's passion that's on your mind first. And I feel like the Queen of Cups is like, it drains you. I want to say that it drains you and it becomes sort of, the Queen of Cups is somebody, when in the reverse, is somebody who is, what's the word I'm looking for? Doesn't only drain you, but it interferes with your connection with the universe. I feel like it's somebody who gets depleted. That's what I wanted to say. Your emotions get depleted. It's almost like when you do the Knight of Wands thing with no stability, not being in a relationship. It's almost like it hardens you a little bit. I want to say that you get depleted, and that I feel like this Knight of Wands here is telling me that it's whenever you get into something that you never really stay for very long. I want to say. And it's getting to be exhausting. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, we have the Empress. Look, I feel like the whole month of October is going to be quite abundant for you here. We do have the Two of Swords. It feels like you might be making a decision about someone who could be the Empress. Take it as it resonates for you. The Empress is someone who is Libra, Taurus energy, someone who's very loving and kind. I feel like the overall energy for you is abundance, is love, is kindness, stability. Like that's what it feels like the overall energy is for you in the month of October. Let's tell me about suffering and silence here with the career. Tell me about suffering and silence for Leo, please. Tell me about suffering and silence. We do have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Page of Swords in the reverse, and we have the Magician. So I feel like there's challenges here. Challenges because I think you want to go, but you're not sure if you want to go. It feels like you don't like the place that you work for. There's a lack of clarity or honesty. That's what the Page of Swords in the reverse is, like a lot of misinformation. The thing is, I feel like you're a person who has a lot of advantages over the people that you work with. The Three of Pentacles tells me that you've built a lot of solid relationships there. People who are on your side, people who have your back and you have their back. I feel like I feel like you're looking at leaving this career in favor of some sort of a partnership, because it feels like at this point that there is maybe deceit or gossip that you're not dealing with anymore. It feels like it's become sort of a toxic workplace. And I feel like there are people, we've got the Three of Pentacles, friends, colleagues that feel the same way. It feels like this magician energy tells me that you're trying to manifest your way out of wherever it is that you are working, or maybe even to flip your whole career. Maybe you're going to do something completely different with the whole career, but it feels like with the Page of Swords in the reverse, you haven't found the course you want to take. You don't know if you want to go back to school. Like, that's the student, right? Tell me what the situation is here. The situation is Four of Cups. You become bored, and there's no more opportunity where you are. We have the Sun, and I think you finally realize that, Leo. You've had some sort of a breakthrough that you're bored. There's not much they're offering to you there. It feels like you're probably not making as much money as you want to make. Tell me what's working for you. Seven of Cups is that I feel like you are the magician. You do have a lot of options and opportunities, and a lot of options and opportunities to grow you financially and make you stable. I feel like you're management material, or not only management, but the manager's manager. Like, I feel like you're a person who is supposed to be running things. That's what it feels like, running kingdoms. So you might be thinking about leaving this job, and if you leave this job, you might, out of this energy here, somebody at work with you, you might go into business with somebody at the place where you work, and start out on your own here. But I feel like the King of Pentacles tells me that you can make money like that. I feel like you don't have a problem leaving a job, getting a job. I feel like you don't have a problem with it at all. The obstacle, though, is the Page of Pentacles. It's like you never really get any tenure anywhere, right? You don't get any tenure. You don't really have time to grow there. You're going to have to start at the very beginning. Tell me about the obstacle. We've got the Four of Cups, and that kind of bores you as well. I feel like you get bored easily. That's right. That tracks for Leo. I feel like you get bored easily and you want to move around, but I feel like the penalty for that, or the obstacle, is that you end up always being the low man on the totem pole, right? Which is pretty tough. It's a tough place to be sometimes. And I feel like you get bored with that as well. So what's the outcome here? The outcome is the Four of Wands and the Six of Cups. It does feel like there is, I want to say that you will get stability, that you've been in this place before. You've changed careers or jobs before. They always say that the average person now, it used to be like when I was growing up, like my parents were boomers, right? Somebody could get a job at one thing and they could stay there until they retired. It's not like that anymore. The average person usually changes their job with like 5 times, changes their career path 5 times. So I feel like you will always have stability, because I feel like you never run out of resources. It feels like you have a lot of tools and tricks and skills from lifetimes past. That's what I want to say, that there isn't anything that you can't do. You pick everything up really quickly. So I feel like you will find something that will give you some sort of foundation and achievements here. Tell me about finances for Leo. We've got the Three of Wands, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, and the Four of Swords. So I don't know what's going on with the finances, but it feels like if there is something wacky going on with the finances here, that you are going to get mental stability of that. You are going to get stability. You're going to heal the finances. The finances look really good for October. The ships are coming in here for you, and what's coming in is something you've been waiting for a really long time. So for some of you, maybe the healing of the finances comes from somebody who's finally going to pay back money, or somebody who owes you something, or maybe there's something that is supposed to be owed to you that you're not sure, that you don't know is arriving, but it is going to arrive. It says good luck on this card, and something brand new. So it could be something that you're not expecting. Finances, it could be an inheritance or something like that. Tell me what the situation is. Tell me about the Judgment card. So you do have to make a decision to be happy with where you're at. I feel like the Judgment card is telling me that that there are some decisions that you are going to have to make this month in terms of your finances, but I feel like they are good decisions, that you might even be resurrecting an old side gig, possibly, but it feels like you are going to be happy with the finances. The situation is the finances are fine, but you're going to have to make some decisions in order to try and make more. So what's working for you is justice. I feel like you live super humbly. I feel like you're a person who is sort of keeps it under wraps, I feel. That maybe people don't know that you have a certain amount of money in the bank because you're a person who doesn't really dress up. It feels like you're a person who's somebody who's quite humble in the way that they dress. I feel like this is the thing that's going to propel you forward here. Being really humble with the way you spend. I don't think that you're a big spender throwing money around. And I feel like the Eight of Wands tells me that there is movement here in the finances, because I feel like for you the finances were sort of at a dead crawl, or you're being very careful, super careful, which is the obstacle here. But I think that things are moving quicker here. I feel like you are dropping financial burdens. It feels like you're paying something off, or I no longer have to pay that, or I'm going to cancel that subscription, or something like that. Ten of Wands is the outcome as well. So the Ten of Wands is telling me the Chariot. Yeah, it's victory. So it feels like you will, if no other monies are coming in, you will get victory in your finances by cutting out the things you don't need. And I don't think you have a problem with that, because I think you live quite humbly. I feel like you're a person who doesn't require, big houses and flashy cars. You're somebody who's okay with whatever they have. That you're a person who is not interested in showing off to the guy next door. Let's talk about love. We've got power. So you instinctively know what's right for you, and you have the power to say no and walk away at any time. I think that you know that already. We do have the Seven of Wands, we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Death card. So I feel like the Seven of Wands is telling me that you have boundaries. That you do have boundaries, and I feel like one of your boundaries is you're not letting anybody tell you what to do. The Queen of Swords is here. The Queen of Swords would never let anybody tell them what to do. I feel like you ended that quite a while ago, and it does say here that you have power to walk away or say no at any time. So I feel like the Queen of Swords is telling me just that it feels like that you do have boundaries, and the boundaries are, you don't get to tell me what to do. I'll do what I want to do when I want to do it, and if you don't like that, then you're going to have to go. The Death card is here. Whew, that's pretty crass. I'm just going to say it's pretty straightforward, but I think that the Queen of Swords is, right? The Queen of Swords is pretty honest. Like, look, if you don't like to do things the way I like to do things, then you're free to go. Like, I just feel it feels like it's that energy here. The situation is the Magician. You know that you have all the tools. You know that you can manifest anything that you want. It feels like you're just not worried about love, because it ends up showing up for you anyway. You're stable where you are in this love energy here, that you're the Magician. You know what you want. You have a stable home. You are stable. And I feel like that's where it's at. Like, people are going to have to, you're the leader, right? You're a great leader, Leo. And I feel like people are going to have to follow you and be okay with you having an opinion on things. I feel like you're manifesting stability, though. I think you are manifesting someone that you can be stable with. We do have what's next is what's working for you. What's working for you is you're never without a supply of people. It feels like people are always wanting to date you, take you out, all that kind of stuff. The Knight of Swords. They're always trying to talk you into going out. Everybody wants a Leo. And maybe it's not everybody, but everybody, you should want a Leo. Maybe I just like Leo. Anyways, so we have, maybe it's because I'm a Sag rising, but we have the Knight of Swords here. So I feel like the Page of Cups tells me that you're really very honest and very upfront with people who want to date you, who want to be in your life. I don't think that you are a person who makes any bones about it. I feel like you're just right honest and straight up with them about I really am not ready to settle down. When I'm ready to settle down, I'll let you know. Like, it feels like you're super honest. When you're brand new in a relationship, you're really super honest with somebody up front here. We do have the Knight of Wands. Gosh, I'm dropping cards everywhere today. We do have the Knight of Wands, and that is your obstacle. You like fire. You like fire, and sometimes you don't really necessarily like the person afterwards, but you like fire. And so I feel like the obstacle is finding stability. We do have the Hermit. I feel like you are coming to a place in your life where it feels like you're gaining wisdom about the Knight of Wands, and that the Hermit moves slower, and the Hermit has wisdom. The Hermit is somebody who is, you go into Hermit energy for self-preservation reasons. I feel like you are wanting to spend more time with yourself and less time with people who are temporary, who are not giving you any stability. So I feel like I think that something here is changing, and it feels like you're changing from the Knight of Wands to the Hermit. It feels like somebody here feels as though, I'm going to be very honest with you. I do want to settle down, but it's going to have to be the specific way that I know that I want to settle down. Like you have wisdom at this point. So you're somebody who's very honest with other people, but you have the wisdom about what you want. And what you don't want is to be settling down with people who are just jumping in and fire. We've got the outcome here, which is the Queen of Cups. And I think it's become quite exhausting for you, to be honest, to be in relationships that don't work out. Like you jump in because you think it's going to work and you want to try and make it stable and it doesn't become stable. So, I feel like you're maybe not interested in dating right now. But the Queen of Cups tells me it's because you're probably quite exhausted. Yeah, because of all the opportunities. I feel like you're taking all the opportunities, or a lot of them I feel are the ones who are like sucking the energy out of you. It feels like you have a lot of opportunities, but you're becoming it's like you're over it. I want to say that you're becoming depleted. Your energy is becoming depleted. You're not listening to your higher self. You're not listening to your intuition. And I feel like it's become confusing and overwhelming and exhausting. So I feel like right now the Hermit energy is probably where you're at, and you're trying to keep yourself away from people, spending time alone, possibly trying to figure out what it is you really want. Do you really want this instability, or do you want something that's stable? So we do have the Judgment card. It's going to be a month full of decisions. Oh, and learning of lessons. We've got the Hierophant here as well, and the King of Cups. Oh, you might even become the King of Cups this month. Somebody who's emotionally available and ready for a relationship. All right, stranger things have happened. I'm going to go for now. I'm going to stop it. I'm going to go for now. Leo, thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. Have a great October, and I'll be back because I'm always back. Bye-bye.